y'all. Back again, Talkative Sports. Another podcast, another week of football.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Like the video, share the video. It's free. Please.
it's free of
Thank
charge.
you.
No hidden fees there. Not gonna overdraft your account to like the video.
I hope that.
Hope not. But yeah, drop a like, comment, share, subscribe, and here we go. First topic: Liverpool Arsenal title race. Liverpool, I think it was yesterday or the day before. They came back to draw against Aston Villa, away at Aston Villa, which to me not really a surprise because Aston Villa always show up for the bigger teams when it comes down to it. But in the more important narrative, Liverpool dropped points. They dropped 2 points, which places Arsenal. Now they, and at least everybody else in the league, has a game in hand on Liverpool. And Arsenal are only, wait a minute, this is not an only. This is still an 8 points lead for Liverpool. I remember certain Arsenal fans getting very excited, but if I'm not going crazy, they're still 8 points behind in the title race. So Arsenal, they touched up on a very poor Leicester team. They closed the gap. At that point, they're closing the gap was 7 points, but now the gap has gone up a little bit more, even with Liverpool dropping points. And now Arsenal have to keep pace. So the question is, do Arsenal... Okay. I don't want to beat a dead horse, so I'm going to ask you a different type of question. How exactly, what will it take for Arsenal to really be in this title race?
Liverpool capitulation. Complete downfall and disaster class from Liverpool for multiple weeks in a row, like 3 weeks in a row. Something like that.
So Salah is going to have to go missing. They're going to have to start down with Nunes every game.
I like that. I like the Darwin Nunes. Speaking of Darwin Nunes, I mean, they're just gonna have to start like tying and losing games, like just not performing well. I mean, they've had 2 ties in a row, but the fact that they performed that badly and still tied shows how dangerous they are. But
yeah, they haven't been playing their best in recent weeks, but in the league they haven't lost in.
the thing is, though,
Since nothing forced.
there's only one team that I would say that could take the league from them if they were 7 points behind them, and that team is damn near out of top 4. So that's the only other team, talking about Man City, that I would say, oh, if they're 7 points behind, okay. But Arsenal, man, they're just focused on trying to score goals without a striker. So
Yeah,
they're gonna have more burn some tough times, man, because this is the league, and you can only last so long without a striker, unless you're Pep Guardiola's Man City, and even they struggled without a striker until they bought Haaland. So we'll see. But I don't see anyone taking this league away from Liverpool, even if they were to stumble again or the next couple times. They could lose twice and still be in the lead. So I don't see Arsenal just like taking advantage of everything every time they lose, or taking every single advantage opportunity that's given to them. Because Arsenal's going to lose. They're going to have a weird loss. They're going to have a weird performance. A few, actually. Because I don't expect them to keep this up. Like, they don't have a striker, and it's going to catch up to them. It just is. So,
I mean, one could argue that they've been playing without a striker for 2 years now.
you could. But still, Kai Havertz is better than any option that they have.
But they have Raheem Sterling.
He's not. He's not the same. He's lost like everything. He doesn't even look.
Oneri, no.
Yeah. What?
Oneri can't carry them. Trossard can't carry them.
And those are not strikers. Those are wingers.
But hey, if anybody can figure it out, it's he's in 5 Arteta.
Well, yeah, Pep couldn't figure it out without a striker. We played Gundogan as striker for a little bit. Just like Arteta is playing Marino at striker, basically. Mikel Marino.
Yeah, they did make. That's how they did.
Good bad guy.
2-0, but that's not going to, like, I agree.
And Boone would claim he called Mikel Marino. Like, oh, Mikel Marino could score this game and we would win. Called it. Like, all right, Boone. Like, come on. It's Leicester City. Like,
yeah, that's not. I mean, who did they have next? Let's see. West Ham, I believe. I believe it's West they have next. Yeah, they have West Ham showing up to their crib. And then Nottingham Forest, like Mikel Marino, and then they have Man U, and then they have Chelsea. Oh,
Ham didn't fire their coach,
they fired their first coach,
and they have a new manager's bounce.
Yeah, I think who do they have now?
That's not going to be an easy game, man. At least not for Arsenal.
Their squad, Graham Potter. How could I forget about Graham Potter?
Could you forget?
Well, I mean, did he have a bounce? He lost against no. Wait a minute. Yeah, he lost against Chelsea. Even though I somehow deleted that good memory from my memory, we did beat him.
It was it wasn't an impressive win. We barely survived.
Neto coming on. Yeah.
And then Cole scoring a weird. It was a deflection goal. Was that the game? Yeah, the deflection.
Yeah, it was an own goal.
Oh God, yeah, that was not a convincing win. I was like, let's just get to the next game. That was not a convincing win.
I'm looking at it, and West Ham have not had a new manager bounce at all. They haven't won a single game under Graham Potter. Let me see. Fulham 3-2. Was that under Graham Potter?
They've won one.
That was
yeah. They won at least one.
All right, they won that one, but since then it's all been draws and losses.
Tough.
It ain't easy. But yeah, Graham Potter, you have the chance to do the funniest thing ever, and beat Arsenal. It's probably never beaten Arsenal before, but hey, any point, Arsenal need all 3 points in every game from now till whenever, and they, like you said, they have to hope that Liverpool drop off.
Yeah, it's all on Liverpool. If Liverpool literally starts putting on a mess out there, you know Atticus takes is not going to let them keep doing it without commenting on it. But yeah, if they would have to put on a mess for a month straight. And even if they put on a mess for a month straight, they would still only be 2 points behind, and then they could win their next game, and Arsenal could lose, and then Liverpool wins. So it's not like, yeah, it's all in Liverpool's hands to lose right now, I would say. If you really look at it.
Yeah, I think there's what is this, 16 games left?
That's not a lot of games. Really, it's not a lot of games. Not that many games.
Yeah, Liverpool are still by far the best team in the league. They are not injured. Arsenal are losing four, or if they've lost four very important players in their squad. It's not looking good, but hey, Arsenal, you can do it. You did not need to sign a striker this January, even though every week on the podcast I told y'all you needed to sign a striker. Just believe. All you need is what's the name of that big head Malteser that be with expressions? Robbie. You need to send Robbie to shoot another motivational video in front of the Emirates. And
I believe in you.
Believe.
Believe.
Or Arsenal. Another team that's also very poor. I wouldn't call us poor as in, oh, poor little Arsenal. No, I'd call them mid, as in extremely average and disappointing. I would call them fraudulent. I think it's just a symptom of who we have in charge. One Enzo Maresca. You got your wish. We lost back-to-back games against Brighton. I got my nightmare. I asked for back-to-back wins against Brighton.
Wait, how did I get my wish?
Because last episode you said, Maresca, you bet, I want us to lose that game.
Oh.
Then
So okay. Yes. I said, all right, I remember now. I said I want us to lose that game so that there's no excuse that, like it was just, we're really better than this team. We just didn't perform on that day, because that would be really, I would lose my mind if it was just, we're better than this team, but we just didn't perform. No, this is fine actually, because we just suck. Let's just being honest. We suck. Is what it is. We suck in the back. We suck creating chances. We suck going forward. We suck, man. This is the truth. And until we address these things that we suck, we'll always be where we are. We'll always be where we left off with Pochettino. And that's where I believe Pochettino didn't even want to continue, because he saw this coming.
Yeah. It's so crazy how because I was reading how they're not going to review Maresca's performance at the end of the season.
Nah, they're gonna give him one more year.
They're gonna review at the end of the next season.
Yes.
I saw him say, the club never told me you had to finish top four, or never mentioned. And then I saw they said, Pochettino was the one that actually wanted to win now, rather in the future.
Yeah.
How they regret hiring him. And I realized we're cooked.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's over. Because the worst of the worst case scenario in order for Maresca to get fired is not going to happen. But we're just so mid. I have zero confidence where we can even beat those teams in the Conference League anymore. Our team
You don't think we're going to win the Conference League? Come on, stop.
No, I do not have the same confidence I had previously.
Wow.
Because our team is not as strong as we were in the first half of the season. We're injured. We just lost Madueke for a month. Well, Jackson is out. Who else have we lost? We never had what's his name in the midfield? Lavia.
Yeah, that's just
our team cannot create chances. Who else are we missing at this point? And it's like, even last season, Fofana is gone for the rest of the season. Dewey is gone for a while. Badiashile, we don't miss him, but it's just, and it's like, even last season when we had way worse injuries, I was still like, coach, you play, you can still win. But under this coach, I have even less confidence somehow, man. So I don't know if I'm just taking it game by game and reacting to it because at this
Yeah.
point, I don't even have any
That's
expectation.
that's that's why I said if they dare win this game, I'll be pissed at them. But now I'm like, okay, y'all are just bad. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just bad. You lose a game like this that way, yeah, man, you're just not good enough. It is what it is. Like I can't be pissed at, or excuse my term. I can't be angry at someone for not being good enough. I can just say, okay, then that's upper management not looking at the team and addressing the areas of need in order to win now. They're not looking to win now. Like you just said, Maresca said, hey, I got 2 years. All right, buddy. Okay. Okay, I hope you're right, Maresca. I hope you're right because trust me, next year will come and you won't be able to escape from it. So I'm gonna be still right here, season 4 of Talkatives, addressing you, Enzo Maresca, when you reminding you what you said at this time this season. Oh, I got another year. Okay, cool.
Maresca is really he's digging himself a grave with these comments because at before when we were winning the game, even when we were just win that game and we went go top of the league for like a couple hours. He said, "Oh, we're ahead of schedule, blah blah blah." And now, okay, we're not in the title race. Okay, sure.
He did always say we're not ready.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
but now it's
We're past that.
it's like
We're not ready.
it,
When will we be ready?
that's the question because now we're 6, man. It like
Oh, the same position where we're in with where when Poach had us. Oh, big surprise.
and they'll take the same squad, a better squad, and do worse. And it's like you might think you have 2 years to impress and win something. The fans are not gonna let you get away with that. You think,
No, yeah.
like at the end of the day, it's like, okay, we get who your real boss is, but it's like you still have to rock up to the stadium with this squad, and you still have to motivate them, and you still have to play good football. One thing that even when we lost a couple of games, I was like, okay, at least we're playing better. Now it's just we're just bad. There's nothing positive, nothing to make me think, okay, this will be fixed down the line, especially when we keep buying kids and presidents. And they're saying Isak is available in the summer. And I know I'm delusional, but a serious owner would have already bought him by now. But Maresca,
No, a serious owner wouldn't have let him go to Newcastle.
in the first place, yep. It's like, Maresca, you think you're safe? You think you have the backing? Because the only person backing you at this point is probably just the people that hired you. They have fired literally every other manager.
Yes. Every manager they hired, they fired.
None of them have
Everybody.
over a season, buddy.
Mhm.
If you cannot even exceed what Poach did with all the belief and trust they've placed in you, you will be gone before you can even say Enzo Maresca or second season or give another press conference. You will get fired. And it's going to start getting very hot for you in front of the fans in the stadium. It's going to start getting hot for you in training. Once these players start seeing that you're not that guy, that's when it's really going to get hot for you. And
hey, let's put it in perspective now. It wasn't hot for Poach, right? It wasn't really like nobody was calling for him to get fired.
yes, we were calling for him to get
I mean,
fired.
at the end of the season, and during the season, yes, obviously.
Well, I mean,
When the season when it was all said and done, were we really calling?
okay, maybe he
We
yeah.
looked there and we were like, there's no coach that has more experience that's available right now.
Only thing was get Tuchel or keep Poach, and then they fired Poach.
Exactly.
But even before Poach got in, we're like, yeah, this is not going anywhere. He's gonna get fired,
Yeah.
and he did eventually. And look, unless you The only way we're making top 4 is if he goes on a crazy run like Poach did. We need that winning streak back.
Like a 6-7 game winning streak.
That's it. That's the only way. We could be in top 4 this weekend if
the must win games are done now. It's over now. We need a miracle. Like the must win period is over. That Brighton loss told me we were never a must win team. I shouldn't have dubbed us that. Maybe it was my fault. I'll take the hit.
Our next game is Saturday at Aston Villa.
Yeah, we're gonna lose that game. I can pretty much guarantee that.
The only way we finish top 4 this weekend is if we beat them and Man City lose to Liverpool. So it's like we have to go above and beyond levels that we couldn't even reach.
Man City might win that game because they rested Haaland. Like, I'm telling you, like, I don't think Pep really cared about the Champions League like that. He was like, yeah, Real Madrid wins. Y'all could have to win. Who cares?
No, I think we'll get to that, but he got cooked. Let's not lie.
But I'm telling you, he knew he was about to.
Yeah.
He's playing at the Bernabeu. His team is not 100%. He didn't even play Kevin De Bruyne. Like, yeah, Pep didn't really play any important players like that. He benched Haaland, didn't really play Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, because those guys were just unfit and unready, but it's like he didn't even bother to risk them for that game. Because
exactly. He knew what was going to happen. He knew even if I play these guys, we're going to lose. So why risk them?
Well, at least Pep knows what he's doing. He doesn't have to win the Champions League this year.
No.
He's focused on getting his team together for the rest of the
top 4.
Enzo Maresca, that's the guy you're going up against.
That's it. Yeah. All he has to do is be better than Enzo Maresca. That's it. That's literally it.
I think we're better off.
All he has to do is be better than Diet Pep.
Our best bet is hoping 5th position opens for the Champions League, but then we have to fight off Bournemouth, Newcastle, and Fulham for that 5th position. So it's like, Maresca, you hope for that 5th spot opens up for Champions League. You would still do better than last season, and then get your shit together for the Conference League. It's not really that hard, but I have no confidence in him at this point, and I'm gonna call out everything he does wrong from now to the end of the season, and I'm definitely gonna remember it. Who's next? Oh, the Battle of Mid happened over the last game week. Spurs beat Manchester United 1-0. That was a real snooze fest, to be honest, because I remember sitting here watching the game. It was Sunday, I think. And they scored, and then I looked up again, and the game was over. So nothing really happened. Spurs, I think it was like 3 shots, and then Maddison scored. Manchester United.
The easiest goal for any very good player to score.
Yeah, Manchester United barely put up a fight, and that's why they're in 15th place.
Yikes.
I need to go get some of our Man U friends to come in and speak on what's going down. But while they're not here, Ruben Amorim, I thought the Chelsea job was hard. The Man U
wrong.
is actually the hardest job.
Wrong. That's why I didn't understand, like, Ruben Amorim leaving Sporting.
It was cozy there. He was beaten. He had one of the best strikers in the world. Life was good.
Yep.
But I guess he wanted to take the challenge, take the plunge.
Bet on him. Hey, I'm gonna give him credit though, because I always say always bet on yourself. So I'm gonna give him credit on that. But hey, I've bet on myself and lost. So that's gonna happen. Unfortunately, that comes with betting on yourself. You're gonna lose sometimes. I'm sorry, but he's probably gonna lose this one. I'm sorry to say.
I mean, I don't think he gets sacked
I
unless
don't think he gets fired this season, but it's not looking good for him. Like it's not setting him up any better for next season.
yeah, it's like records. Like I thought it was bad under Ole. I thought it was bad under Ten Hag, but this is a new level of.
You low.
I thought they were breaking records on how bad, but
And
this works.
even when that year that Arteta they started like in like 10th or 12th or they started pretty low. They were like 15th. They were losing games. They were playing badly. And then but where did they finish? They finished like fifth or top four maybe even because Arteta figured it out somehow. So
Yeah,
that's what
but
I'm gonna have to do. He's just gonna have to figure it out, man.
even Ten Hag had like a second place finish at some point, I
He
believe.
did, and he had he won a FA Cup, won a community. What do you?
I guess that's all they have left. If he can replicate,
Yeah,
if he can replicate and pull up another cup win, I guess that saves their season like it did last year.
hey,
Higher.
yeah, it would save their season though. It would crazy as it would save their season.
Yeah. Same for I don't think Spurs are in any cups anymore.
But Spurs, Ange is right. Ange is fine.
Oh, they still have
Ange,
Europa League.
Ange isn't going anywhere.
Yeah. Spurs still have the Europa League, but
Yeah, because you can clearly see it's kind of on Ange, but it's not on him because he is their blessing and the curse at the same time. So when they have their players, they play well. But when they don't have their players, they play badly.
yeah,
It's just what it is.
they're two very comparable teams because both teams have a manager who plays a certain style of football.
Yes.
The only difference is uh Postecoglou has had a full season, right?
Yes. Yes.
And he has more of the players he needs. He's just been
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Amarin has none of the players he really needs. He
None really.
find anybody this window.
The only player he named that he was excited to work with was Mason Mount. That should tell you everything.
And then he said he had three positions in mind for Mason Mount.
I know.
You're like his second game out for the rest of the season.
I know. It was pretty sad. I was the only player he mentioned. He didn't mention any other player. I'm like, Mason Mount. Interesting.
Unless the position he was talking about was the recovery room or transfer lists. Maybe. It was an inside joke.
Right.
It's like I can see Spurs climbing up the table. Man, you're just gonna have to take the L's. Hey, every other season, one of the top teams finishes in the bottom half. I think we were there at some point. Did we finish 12th that one? Was it 12th we finished? Or did we sneak into the top half? Was it that bad? Let me see. If I go back on the Premier League table, finished, it was about 2 years ago. Yeah, we finished 12th 2 years ago. So yeah, every club is gonna have that bad season. That bad combination of the manager and timing and injuries and the players you have. For us, it was the Graham Potter, 4 managers, the loss streak we had. Man, you definitely destined for a bottom table finish, especially with Anthony doing numbers.
Oh my gosh.
He
is a different player. Oh my God. Look, did you see Rashford in his first game at Aston Villa? Oh my
God. Rashford is looking like somebody that came out from the Aston Villa Academy and just burst on the scene. Hey, I guess guess you just play really good football when you're happy, and
Yeah, hey, whoa,
Manu is just a dark, deep depression on all levels, and it's starting to show in its worst way. The years
that is precisely why I I I wanted us to at least take a chance on Garnacho, because you see how bad he played at Tottenham, right? As bad as he played, what did he do what was wrong? Just his final third decision making. That's it. He's always in good positions. He dribbles pretty well. He creates opportunities. He's just bad at capitalizing on those opportunities. But guess what? Most young players are. Watch him go to another team and instantly become insanely good. I'm telling you.
the problem I have with that is he's coming to Chelsea, bruh. We
No, the thing is, he would have no expectations. In Man U, he has all the expectations to perform. At Chelsea, it's going to be like, all right, kid, learn. You go and work with Jadon Sancho. That's
he,
it.
he's not gonna do well here. He's gonna be just like Sancho, no expectations, and
Yeah.
that also, but
Yeah, but is it Sancho's fault that the team is not doing well, though? No, it's on
what's
Maresca.
the thing? Well, it's say
If Sancho be playing well, it's just, okay, now
Sancho's
that,
not playing to his best, but Garnacho.
I mean, nobody's playing to their best, though.
Yeah,
No,
Garnacho wouldn't.
Homer hasn't created or whatever in 4 games, so nobody really is.
Yeah,
You know,
just like everybody else, Garnacho would not play well either. So there's really no point in signing him. Let's just see how it ends at the end of the season. Because Rashford, he could have end, but he probably wouldn't play the same way.
no, I mean Rashford would probably like demand the starting role, though. To be honest, that's why I want in Garnacho, because you just be like, all right, sit on the bench,
He definitely could have used
come
Rashford.
in every now and then.
Just because Nkunku, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rashford would have demanded a starting role, because like who we gonna bench for him? Sancho,
Well, he
okay,
could.
maybe,
Rashford could have had the starting role now with the
but
injury.
I don't want him to start my team. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
You really want him to start on Chelsea?
No, I didn't want him.
That's what I'm saying. I just wanted a player that we could have him on the bench, maybe bring him in if we need a little spark. That's it. Just a little spark. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, who do we have that could bring in a spark? Tariq George, really?
I don't really see the sparking Garnacho, man.
There's no spark on that Chelsea bench anymore. And I remember you said, "Oh, we have a bench." Who was the spark? Who? Right now on our bench. Who's coming off the bench
Not anymore. No, not anymore. All our bench players
exactly.
are now.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
We would have had at least one that like.
Yeah.
His decision making in the final third is terrible, of course, but he does have a skill about him, and we could utilize that. You know.
Yeah, we could, but it probably wouldn't be a spark. Like he wouldn't do anything for us. And that's why I just wanted someone that's more complete, someone a win now type player. But apparently, we don't do that.
Bro, we don't do that. I know reality. You're saying La Land, like,
but we don't do that. At the same time, it's like Garnacho can light the lighter all he wants, but once he comes on the bench, the wind getting blown out
because of the coach, though.
Yeah,
like we both agreed on this.
It'll just be another waste, you know. Like this is I don't know what Chelsea is doing. But maybe in the summer we'll sign some more experienced, ready to go players. Maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll pull out a miracle, beat Aston Villa. Yeah, hey, at the very least, at least we're not Man U. At least we're not Spurs. It could be much worse. Thank God.
Could be way worse.
We are not finishing in the bottom half this season. But yeah, talking about a good team, Man City. Before we go on to the Champions League, they did trash Eddie Howe's Newcastle 4-0. A certain Egyptian winger. Is he a winger? Yeah, a winger. Or is he
I
a
don't think he's Egyptian though.
pretty sure he's all right. Marmoush
Yeah.
Patrick. I could have sworn he was Egyptian, but Marmoush came on or started the game, scored a hat trick. They demolished Eddie Howe's Newcastle 4-0. I did ask them if they could do us a favor and not let that happen, but they could not deliver. And now you have your evil smile going. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just. I mean. What else is there to say? Um, that's why I have Eddie Howe on the fraud list, right next to Phil Foden, right below Jack Grealish, right next to Gabriel Jesus. Like that's that's the fraud list. That's the fraud list champion right there. He might be fraud list MVP this season because, oh, hey, he's having some real stinkers.
Honestly, Newcastle really are the definition of fraudulent because they went on one of their best runs ever in Premier League history just to turn around and lose 3 out of 4 of their last games.
Yep, yep.
I mean, they did beat Arsenal though.
How does that matter? They're not even in the title race. They're not in top four.
Hey,
They had a terrible loss this weekend. I mean, I would argue ours was worse, but theirs was still pretty bad. There's no excuse to lose like that against a rival, a
it
direct rival.
it was not pretty at all. Their football was torn to shreds. I did,
Torn apart. They couldn't do
and they
anything.
can't even
Isak,
get a hold of
like
Isak really. You know, it's like
I mean,
they're not ready for the big leagues. That's pretty much all it is. Like
I,
and
and I thought Lautaro Martinez had a bad game, but Isak pulled Lautaro Martinez just pulled the Isak. Yeah, because and I'll tell you, I watched that Inter Milan game. Lautaro Martinez looked like he couldn't play football. I'm serious. I've never seen him play that bad in any game. He played terribly. Oh, but as bad as he played, at least he was getting into the box, getting opportunities. Inter Milan created a bunch of chances. They should have won that game by like at least 3-4 goals. They played Juve, by the way. It should have been like 3-4-1. But the problem was not their creating chances. The problem was literally Lautaro Martinez. He couldn't. He 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 literally just looked like he was in a coma for 3 months and woke up, and they asked him to go play soccer. He was that bad. All right. So I was watching that game like, yeah, man, Lautaro just looks like he just doesn't have it today. That's fine. But Isak, I didn't even find him in that game. You couldn't even find him. Where is he? I don't know. He wasn't around the ball, wasn't getting no chances, wasn't creating no opportunities. He maybe had one okay chance to shoot at goal. I was like, yo. And I mean, and if you think I'm lying, um, guys, if you're watching this, if you think I'm lying about Lautaro Martinez, go on YouTube and type in Lautaro Martinez performance against Juventus, and you will see what I'm talking about. I guarantee you, someone made a clip about this performance. It's probably one of the worst performances I've seen from a striker in like 5 years. Not joking. He had so many chances to score, and he just looked like he was playing with the kids in Little League. He did not look like himself. But as bad as he looked, Isak was way worse because Isak didn't even show up at all in that game.
my delusion is kicking in again.
Uh-oh.
Eddie Howe, if you do one good thing while you're Newcastle manager. Sell Isak to Chelsea. Just name your.
I don't know if that's his choice to make, though. I don't
Make
think
it
it's his
happen.
choice.
Well, I mean, he could just make him look bad and then get frustrated, and then Eastman ends up in like Eddie Howe is staying, and Isak wants to leave. Maybe.
I will say this, though. He pushed Alan Saint-Maximin out.
Yeah, the same way, like maybe Isak become a problem. Put in a transfer request.
Yeah.
It won't be any better for you at Chelsea, but at least you get to play with Cole Palmer. I don't know. Like, hey, it might be better. You might play in the Champions League. Hey, but hey, Newcastle, as bad as they are, as bad as their manager is, we have a manager that has probably achieved less than Eddie Howe.
But let's talk about that. As bad as they are, they might finish below this manager that's so bad. This Chelsea manager that's new, this new guy, and you're Eddie Howe. This is your what, fourth season, and you're competing with this new guy. Why are you even competing? That's my question. Look at the coaches above him. Pep, check. Arne Slot, he's clearly better. Check. Arteta, been better. Check. Like Unai Emery, Aston Villa, are they? No. Okay, then that's it. Then I mean, but Unai Emery's right there. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost to them this weekend.
Yep.
Exactly. But if we lost to you, Eddie Howe, I would be angry, frustrated, and surprised.
And we did, and you were in the Carabao Cup, which was
Thank you.
crazy.
Thank you.
And then we beat them in the league, which I
For
guess
pretty easily.
Yeah.
Cause like, see,
yeah, Newcastle have a bunch of problems. They are actually, it's crazy. They are actually on their fourth year with Eddie Howe. They might make it to Carabao Cup final if I think they're already in the final.
that's their only hope.
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie Howe, if you don't win that Carabao Cup final,
I
uh,
think it might be the end for him if he doesn't.
just get a chair and come and sit next to me, buddy.
Oh, it really might be the end for him if he doesn't win.
You don't win this Carabao Cup final. Okay, if I speak. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna have to beat a manager that is much better than him in Arnie.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, they've been to finals and lost before. I think they lost to the Man City last year. Or was it the year before in the FA Cup? It was like, hey, this is your last chance. I think it might be a serious club would let you go after that. Like I said, even Man U owners they regret not sacking Ten Hag after the FA Cup win. When everything's going bad like that, if you really want to upgrade, just cut it. Just cut it off.
Because I don't understand that sometimes you have to set your next manager up for success. So when you just wait till the very last minute and then sack him, it's not really setting your team up for success.
Yeah, then you have to rush in a new manager to figure it out mid-season rather than just ending it cleanly at the end and letting the new manager, new era begin.
Exactly. Like part of the things that made us so successful under Tuchel was because of how the timing of us firing Lampard.
Well,
but anyways,
hey,
so
before we go on, I would like to make a major announcement. Kylian Mbappe of Real Madrid. I apologize. I was ignorant of your game, fully ignorant. I denied and ignored your accomplishments. I created, which a pretty good nickname for you. I put you on the fraud list even when you had no business to be there.
No business there.
Had
Even anywhere close to there.
had an agenda to push. I even named the entire episode after you.
Yes.
And look, it was funny, but then you scored at Man City. You lost me $100. That still hurts from your way. You're lucky. You're lucky. You're lucky I had the money, and then you go ahead and up the ante. Just when I was thinking, can I double down and make my money back? You go and score a trick.
Yep.
Three.
Yep.
Three.
Mm. Mm.
All
Or
right.
was it
Wait.
six?
All right. For the first time, you are Pele Jr. I will say it. Okay. I
Hey.
accidentally Pele Jr. Win, Mbappe. You win, Kaz. You win, Christian. I see. Yeah. It's fine. Well, yes. One positive from Mbappe.
Thank you, Shakes. Thank you.
You know, I can admit it. I can admit when I'm wrong. But at least
Good
one
guy.
positive.
Good man.
One
You're a good sport.
from Mbappe having a generational performance. Only two.
That's what you said. Because what's funny about that is that's literally what you said he has to do the episode before. I was like, because we had a whole 20-minute back and forth about it. I was like, so what do you need my guy to do? I just wanted to make sure he's listening. I'm like, what do you need us to do? Just tell us so we can just do it. So you can be silent about this then, once and for all. And my guy did it.
Yep. He did it. He ripped them to shreds. This was I think that's
What was it? That second goal against Guardiola? Oh my! I pointed at him. Oh,
he's like you see how far he's went? You see him over there? It was crazy. It was I think that's only the second hat trick that's Champions League hat trick that was scored against in at the Banner Bar.
Yeah,
and
it's rare.
The other one for PSG, I believe, but
Probably, yeah.
it was crazy. It was an insane game. Man City were ripped apart.
Yep.
Really, Haaland didn't play, but I don't think even if Haaland played,
It wouldn't have mattered.
He'll get his goal probably. But Rudiger started that game, so it would have made a difference.
Right. It wouldn't. Haaland played, Haaland didn't. It wouldn't have mattered. They would have been ripped apart either way.
Yeah. So, Man City are done with the Champions League for a year. Now they have to focus on qualifying for the Champions League again.
Oh, Christian said Mbappe versus Man City, 7 matches, 7 goals. He is right because they played PSG in the Champions League final back when PSG made the final with Tuchel and Mbappe torched Man City in the knockout stage. Like, you seem to forget that Mbappe has been to the Champions League final before. He's done it on the champ. He's carried a team to the final already.
Who beat them in that final? Was it Bayern?
Bayern.
Yeah.
Bayern.
Damn.
Yeah, it was Bayern. But no, that's why I'm like, bro, you put a player that has carried a team to the final already. We know Mbappe carried that. Yeah, Neymar played, but come on, has Neymar carried any team? Come on. Has Neymar carried any team? No.
He
It wasn't Mbappe.
Carried Barcelona, even though Messi and Suarez are also putting in generational work, so I couldn't really call it.
We didn't take that.
He carried them, but he was putting in the shift.
No, we did not. No, freaking Barcelona.
Putting in crazy numbers.
The only team Neymar has carried into destruction is Brazil.
All right, I don't know why are we comparing Neymar? That's the wrong person to compare him to. All right? That's a wrong.
And what Christian says, come on, man, Neymar. Come on. I told you. The only team Neymar has ever carried is Brazil right into destruction.
Well, that's
It's coming from a Neymar fan, a Neymar sympathizer. I'll just be honest about Neymar.
yeah. We weren't talking about Man City and what's their name?
Mbappe.
Madrid.
Because I was bringing up that he has played Man City in this stage in like similar round knockout stages before. He's torched them. So
Yeah.
this is what he does against Man City. So it seems like Pep was like, oh man, he's probably going to do it again. Let me just rest my guys for this weekend.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, Pep saw it coming.
no point risking already injured players just for the chance of coming back at the Bernabeu. Really was no.
Yes, man. Chelsea already tried to come back at the Bernabeu. We couldn't do it. It's almost impossible, man.
It is mission impossible. Hey,
Yeah.
I mean,
It took extra, bro. And we pushed them the extra time. Extra time. That close. Bro, it's impossible. It's not possible. I haven't seen it done in my lifetime. So, yeah.
yeah. In the Champions League,
And if you remember, it was a mistake from Kante. N'Golo Kante, of all people, made the mistake that cost us the goal. Telling you, man, you can't beat them there. Even the best players. One little tiny mistake, this little man. I still remember that mistake till this day. It still hurts me every time I think about it. It is what it is.
yeah. Madrid's still your favorite to win the Champions League?
Of course. I mean, who's your favorite besides Madrid? No, say Bayern with a new coach. Say PSG with Luis Enrique. Say it. Say
No.
Barcelona. Say Juventus.
It's pretty much anybody. Please don't let Real Madrid win against this.
That's literally it. Like, who are you gonna say?
I don't.
Barcelona
I
got kids.
have a
PSG has kids. Bayern, kid coach. Juventus has kids. You really trust Rondel Kolo Muani? Really? I mean, he had a great goal, assist, whatever, against Inter, but you trust him to keep doing that throughout this? You trust him to keep going? Really? Is he a world-class player now? Come on. I mean, Real Madrid would have to just play badly to lose this.
Yeah, they're up against either Atletico or Bayer Leverkusen. Is that it in the next round?
I will say this, though. Liverpool could win it all. I'll give them that respect. They've been the best team in the Champions League this season. They could win it all.
One thing I really don't understand about this draw, because I'm looking at the bracket,
I don't get it, bro. I've given up.
and I really don't understand after all the complex math they had to do to create.
Yeah,
Why do we still need another draw?
another draw. I don't
Already know who is going. It's like, okay, we still have one more chance to rig it in.
Yes, it's all a psyop. It's all a ploy just to add in more games and make more money. It's
Because
I've already said it. Games equal money. It's more games, more money. It's that simple. It's just break it down. Games, money. More games, more money. That's it.
yeah, it's
That's it.
that's it. It's all about because
Yeah.
with the complex, how complex it is.
It makes no sense, bro.
It,
No reason you had to change it. There's no reason why you have to take away goals. There's no reason for all these changes.
we need to. Well, they have to be able to rig it in order to make it more money and more a better Champions League. Because I really do think it is. The draw is kind of rigged sometimes, and you can tell.
Yeah.
Because like if they really wanted it to be a greater tournament, just get the draws out already. We already have the thing set up. And then they qualify, and then by this point, we should already know what the matchup is and who is going to be on what side of the bracket. Because
and again, they identify as an entertainment business, not a sports business. They're not a sports
yeah
business. They're an entertainment business.
I don't know what FIFA UEFA are up to, but this bracket is very confusing to me. But you know, they're not gonna make.
Confusing to us all, man. Nobody gets this. Nobody does. It makes no sense. But we watch the games. We enjoy.
At least this we have had some. It's been a lot of goddamn games.
There's been a lot of games. That's true.
A lot of bangers.
I am entertained. Are
And
you not entertained? Yes, sir. I am entertained. So I can come out and say what they're really after, but I am entertained.
More,
I am entertained.
More money, more entertainment. It is working.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
and
it's
like I said,
no, it was designed.
We're getting a look at other players now that we wouldn't have noticed. Look at Conceição and Juventus. Completely changed how that team plays now. Look at how they're playing. Look at Randall Colomwani. All they have to do is take a flight to Turin. FYI, Juventus is in a city called Turin. Didn't know that. I had to look it up. But yeah, Turin, Italy. Change man. I mean, the guy has scored or assisted in 5 straight games now. So,
I mean, they did get knocked out though. Juve did.
Have Champions League.
Yeah, but
yeah, they're a young team.
Yeah,
they're a young team. Milan also got knocked out.
Let's talk about it. AC Milan got knocked out.
Yeah, Theo. Okay, so Theo Hernandez was getting dragged, filleted, fish stir fried.
He died.
His hands. I forgot that there was a comment that a fan said that like one of the most disrespectful comments I've ever seen a fan make about any player. Holy. He said something like Theo Hernandez can get dumps tomorrow. I'm like, damn. It's a crazy fan, man.
We'll take Chelsea. We'll take
bro. Those Rosaneri fans. Whoa, they're brutal, bro. They like damn near every comment was on Theo Hernandez. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
that's how in Italy. Oh,
I would say it was stupid. It was a dive. You shouldn't be diving in the era of VAR. First of all, like, we don't do that anymore. You know, the last great flopper was Neymar. Okay, we can't flop in the Champions League anymore.
And before him, there was Michael Richards.
I saw that. Yeah. It's also like the ref. Like, come on. I get you have to do your job, but I wouldn't have sent him out. I wouldn't. I would just acted like I didn't see it. That's why I'm not a referee, right?
It's kind of like the ref fighting Jude Bellingham this weekend.
Yeah, like that's another crazy refereeing call because apparently "fuck off" is different from "fuck you," and "fuck off" is way less offensive than "fuck you." Like it's supposed to be way less offensive, but the ref didn't speak English. We got offended. Now
it was offensive.
Yeah, crazy. Even crazier. I think some respect has to be shown to PSG. They won their aggregate 10-0.
Oh my God, yeah. That's why I brought up. I had to give an honorable mention to PSG. What Jose Enrique is doing at PSG. They are firing on all.
It is on. I think he scored in like his past 6 games. Like it's crazy. He's doing over it.
Ilya is doing his thing.
They finally went away from the superstar model, the Zlatan, Messi, Neymar, and just got a couple young kids. Gave the coach. They're still spending crazy money because
they are. But we're spending money on players they should be spending money. Yeah. Literally, all the players I wanted, they have. Back when Ousmane Dembele was in contract disputes with Barcelona, I said go get him. Back when Quaradona was Serie A MVP, I said get him, not Lukaku. And we can keep going on about this. We're going to just keep going on.
Ademola Lookman is also in the new.
Oh God, his coach.
The worst penalty. No, not the worst. He's the worst penalty taker I've ever seen. And then I just see the penalty. I'm like, wait a minute, you benched him, and then he came on and scored. Okay, he shouldn't have taken the penalty, but that's on the penalty taker, not him. And the penalty wasn't even that bad, really. And also, it's like y'all were already on your way out anyway. So it's like, why are you gonna go take it out on Adema Lukman? Like,
Even to add on to your point, Sergio Girassi missed a penalty for Dortmund. His coach didn't come out and say he's the worst.
you don't come out and say
It happens. And Sergio Girassi is a very, very clinical player, clinical striker. He scores goals. And he missed. Yeah, man.
in Amarin's defense, Sporting has kind of fallen apart without him. Sporting CP from Portugal, his former team.
But how are they doing in the league?
Not well. They've dropped off from first. I think Porto or Benfica is now first in the league.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Hey.
Yeah, they were unbeaten when he left, and now
Yeah.
they're still first. They're still first with 2 points. They're still first with a 2-point lead.
Okay.
So, no longer unbeaten, but still doing well. Not well enough to beat.
Not in the Champions League, obviously.
No, not in the Champions League, but yeah, I think the next rounds of the Champions League, even Europa League, even Conference League, because of course Chelsea are in it, should be pretty interesting to watch. I am not a Madrid hater. I'm just tired of them winning. Last year, you would have caught me here cheering for Madrid and rooting them on. I think I'm more of an Atletico guy now. So if it's Real Madrid and Atletico.
Speaking of Atletico Madrid, a Spanish newspaper column did a whole debrief on Conor Gallagher's time in Atletico Madrid, and about how he's fallen off since he got there. He's kind of tailored. His performances have dwindled. He hasn't played a full 90 minutes. He's only played one full 90 minutes game since he's been there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has not played 90 minutes.
He has an opportunity though.
Yeah.
Because apparently Barrios has disciplinary issues, and Koke is injured. So he has an opportunity to start and play potentially the whole game, but he hasn't been putting in as the performances like he was when he got there. When he got there, he was firing. He had he had 2 goals, an assist in 4 appearances. But they're inferring their theory is part of the reason why his performances have fallen off is they're saying that it could also be attributed to the language barrier.
I was gonna ask, has he learned Spanish yet?
He's learned enough Spanish to talk to reporters, but that's not on the field in real life and when the heat of the moment, when everything is going on. That's why Simeone is actually every time he plays CG, he tries to play him on Azpilicueta's side. So,
I would think if you get there, the first thing you do is get a Spanish tutor, a nice, young, hot Spanish tutor to teach you.
He did, and he's learned, he knows enough to be taught during interviews, but that's still gonna take time for him to get up to the point where you're just firing it off during a game.
Yeah. Well, it's football is a universal language. I wouldn't put too much on him not being able to speak Spanish fluently.
Yeah, because
it is
shown that he can learn pretty quickly. Because his first week there, he was interviewing in Spanish. His first week there, so he can learn pretty quickly. It's just it's gonna take time for him to fully.
With the injuries and the disciplinary issue, he still has plenty of games to properly settle in and play himself back into the team. I'm not worried
Oh yeah,
CG.
absolutely.
Atletico Madrid,
I would put on Conor Gallagher on any team.
yeah, they're definitely in the title race. They're in the Champions League. They're in at least one other cup, I believe. So yeah, I'm rooting for them. You know, I'm rooting for Diego Simeone. I'm rooting for Conor Gallagher. Doesn't mean I'm rooting against Real Madrid before the Christian comes out and says anything. But we'll see.
much later.
Yeah, we'll see. And I'm not a Mbappe hater, okay?
Not anymore.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
You're
I don't even think I was hating that hard, really.
come
Just-
on.
I was
Nick-
just being dismissive of his.
Putting him on the fraud list. Come on, man. Nah.
Look, I had
say
an
that.
agenda. I invested in an agenda, and it failed. It's okay. It's fine. All right.
Yeah.
But-
not every agenda works out.
It's but yeah,
That's like my Holland agenda went out the window real quick. But that's okay.
it's fine. It happens to the best of us. But yeah. With that, I'd like to thank you guys for listening. Went a little.
Y'all the best,
This-
really.
We do
You
it
guys
for
are
you.
the best.
Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, share.
Yeah, the video.
We're going to have many more for you. I'm going into overdrive to get you guys clips and reels and everything, whatnot this week.
Yep. We're gonna have some guests.
We're gonna
So
have special guests, very soon.
special guests.
First time guests too, I believe.
Mhm.
And we will be having one of our OG, one of our trio will be back starting next week. The man himself,
Yep.
Mr. Marcus, will be back starting next week. So, you know, it's no more doom and gloom Chelsea. It's now doom and gloom Man City. Hope.
Yep. We'll get some base Man City takes.
Mhm. And yeah, we'll get some Barca takes. We might get some more Real Madrid takes. We might, talk about other sports if we can wrap up our topics before the 45-minute mark.
I guess I have to say this. Shout out to Barcelona for being top of the league for 1 week. Someone said, you better talk about my team. So, hey, nice job, Barca.
Yeah, Atletico and Real Madrid are coming for that top spot.
Yeah, right there. Like, that's not like,
By the time we record the next episode,
they'll already be in third or fourth place. So,
but hey, congratulations on being top of the league. You know,
right.
it's
For
a
1 week.
achievement. We will discuss Barcelona on the next one. So to that Barcelona fan, you know who you are.
I hope they're still top of the league by the next episode.
You better win your game the next episode. Right?
Exactly.
Be there.
Because we'll still be right here
But
waiting for you.
to our listeners, once again, thank you. And we will see you guys on the next episode.
Next week. Peace.
Thank you.